Hey Gemini, thanks for checking out your love and romance reading for October 2021. This is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You might stumble upon this video after October. That's just fine. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what we have coming up for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising. One more shuffle. Okay. Move you all just a little bit closer. First card we have coming up here for the collective is the Three of Cups. So this can come up in a few different ways. A lot of the times in love readings, this traditionally can be engagement, talk of an engagement, getting engaged. Good news, right? Good news coming in. Now, Three of Cups can also be finding a community of like-minded people. And so maybe this is something some of you have been trying to manifest because you're like, I want to find my people. I want to find my tribe. And, I imagine that that's where I'm going to meet my person. And so Three of Cups can be telling us that this is something some of you are manifesting at this time. You're manifesting your tribe. You're manifesting your person. And so it's really positive in this way. Good news coming together, cause for celebration, having people to celebrate with. I also feel here that there's some kind of like a planning, like a bridal shower or a baby shower. And I feel some of you are going to make friends through this bridal shower or baby shower, or helping put it together. And you may meet your significant other through these new friends. They might not be at the event, but you may be meeting people at this event who are gonna just very nonchalantly find a way to get you in the same room as somebody. Maybe it's a brother or a cousin or a spouse's friend, or whatever it might be. Or maybe some of you have a friend whose partner might be helping out with the shower, and they might be setting you up with somebody. But I don't know why I get a feeling or a sense of meeting people through like a baby shower or a bridal shower, and then like making a whole new group of friends through that. Obviously, this is a general reading. It's going to be different for different ones of you, but some of you may be having that experience, which I think is interesting because this card comes up a lot, in tarot. And I've been doing so many YouTube readings. I don't even know how many videos I have. And this is the first time I've ever gotten that message from the Three of Cups. So I'm pretty confident it's a message for somebody out there. It could be some other celebration too, but some of you may be helping out put together a celebration and meeting friends, and through those friends, the significant love connections are being made. Our next card here is the High Priestess. So some of you could be dealing with Taurus or Pisces. If you have Taurus or Pisces placements, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Some of you could be meeting a significant other through those houses or areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus or Pisces that's a very significant soulmate here with this High Priestess. But the High Priestess is also like an inner knowing. It's a card that comes up for me when we're in a really high level of healing. And so we're very magnetic. We're very attractive. So if you are single, even if you're not single, you might be taken. But if you're in High Priestess energy, you might all of a sudden be like, oh my gosh, there's so many people that are pursuing me or trying to get my attention. That happens when we're in High Priestess energy. We get a lot of attention. We get a lot of people after us. And so one of the things we have to learn when we're in High Priestess energy is that not everybody who wants us gets to have us. Not everybody who wants us gets to have access to us. So you may be coming into a time of options. Let people prove themselves. Let people show where they are in their journey before you let them in. There could be a strong pull. There could be a strong connection. But give it time to figure out, is this someone who's courting me and leeching off of my energy parasitically? Or is this someone who's showing up with something to offer, something to work together and to build together? High Priestess can also be like with that magnetism and that attraction. There could be sparks coming back in your love life, physical intimacy, increase, like improved physical intimacy. There could be a sense of better better physical intimacy, or more satisfying experiences in the bedroom with the High Priestess. Some of you are pursuing a spiritual path, and you've been really kind of avoiding it because you're like, well, I don't want to get into this, or I don't want people to know I'm into this because then they're going to think I'm weird and it's going to be hard to date. And so some of you maybe have like closeted yourself. You've been like in the mystic's closet or in the spiritual closet. I don't want to say witch's closet because we're not all witches, and if you are a witch, I'm not saying that it's bad to say witch's closet, but not everybody identifies as a witch. So I like to call it the mystic's closet or the spiritual closet. And so you've been kind of keeping things quiet because you're like, I don't want it to mess up my love life. Or it's always kind of like, well, I really like this person and now we're getting to know each other. And is this the right time to tell them about my beliefs or about my work or about what it is that I do? Until you've been in hiding about it. I feel some of you are deciding that it's time to come out of hiding about it and just let people know this is it. This is what I believe. This is, who I am. Like, you're not keeping it under wraps. You're not hiding it. And then as you're doing this, like, oh, wow, this is great because now I'm really aligning with my tribe. Now I'm really aligning with my people. And it's opening up options in my love life. Whereas in the past, I thought I was improving my options by not being open about this. But now that I'm open about it, I have an increase in options, or I have choices, or my love life is starting to move forward. Don't get me wrong. If you are someone who's concerned about that, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. As somebody that this is what I do, this is my full-time work. When I'm not recording YouTube videos, I'm doing private readings. And this is my income. This is how I support myself. And people ask, what do you do for a living? Or like, you might say, oh, I'm self-employed. I have an online business. And I don't tell every single person that I encounter, but when it comes to dating or getting to know people, there are people that are going to have an issue with it. I'm not going to sit here and say that everybody's going to be real receptive. But the people who have an issue with it are usually people who have a lot of fear. Like they live their life in fear, or they're completely and totally closed off to any opinion or any idea of anything spiritual out there in the world. They just want to believe that everything is black and white, and we die and we're worm food, and they don't want to believe in any kind of force that they don't have power or control over. And so the people who have a problem with it are probably not going to be your kind of person anyway. So, in the end, maybe it's doing you a favor, or like helping you to weed out more quickly. And, I'm not saying that people who can't accept this stuff are bad people. I'm just saying people who can't accept this stuff aren't going to be the right kind of person for someone who's doing this stuff anyway. So, I do feel some of you have been very limited in your love life because you've been hiding the spiritual aspect of yourself. And now that you're not hiding the spiritual aspect, love life is really picking up. The next card that's coming up here for you all is, I keep wanting to say Pisces because of the High Priestess, is the Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is rolling up the sleeves and doing the work, right? There could be a strong connection, but Seven of Pentacles is wanting you to know that this is a relationship that's going to require work, and this is a relationship that's going to take some time. It's not going to be something that moves forward overnight, right? So the relationship might not be moving super fast. That doesn't mean that it has to take years and years and years. But there's some things that need to be figured out. There's some things that need to be planned. There's some things that need to be understood. I do feel like a lot of you are making a significant love connection, but it's like, or it could even be in an existing relationship. Like maybe you're like, well, Amethyst, I'm not waiting to meet anyone. I'm already with my person. Like I'm already with my person. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it could be that this relationship is requiring some work. And I feel like a lot of you Geminis, you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, okay? And you've been doing a lot of healing. You've been doing a lot of ascending. You've been doing a lot of upgrading. And so now I feel like some of you are dealing with a partner who's like trying to keep up with you. Like they're looking at you, or they're seeing you as like you're improving and you're going somewhere, and they're inspired by this and they want to keep up. They want to keep up with you. But I feel like it's going to take this person some time, and you need to be patient, because I feel like you made your changes really fast. But I feel like for a lot of you, this person, their changes are going to take some time. They're doing it. They're working on it. They're taking it seriously. But they may be releasing a lot of really, really like deep rooted stuff. And so I feel like the Seven of Pentacles wants you to know that like it's going to turn out, it's going to be good, right? But it's not going to be an overnight process, and it's going to take some time. I also feel like there may be something here with this person where they had put their foot down and they had told you no about something. Like, absolutely not, right? Like, I'm not gonna relocate, or I'm not gonna have a kid, or I'm not gonna, I don't know, do whatever whatever you brought up, right? You may have brought up something that you thought would be good for you guys or good for the relationship, and they were like just completely and totally not open to it. I feel like for some of you, your person experienced a disappointment in September. And after processing this disappointment, they kind of felt like, well, what am I holding on to my current way of life so hard for? Like, for what? What am I holding on to this? And why am I digging in my heels and refusing to compromise? And so they might bring up the topic with you in October, and they might say, I know I told you, Gemini, that I was really opposed to this. I know I told you I wouldn't relocate, or I know I told you I wouldn't, change my job, or I know I told you I wouldn't have a baby, or whatever it is, right? They might be saying, I've had a change of heart. Like, I changed my mind. And I want to do this, but again, I don't want to rush into it. I want us to take our time. I want us to really look into our options, possibilities, I want us to do our research. So they may be telling you they're ready to take some step they told you they wouldn't. But again, that doesn't mean they're going to be ready to pack their bags and be on a plane tomorrow, or start putting together the nursery that night. It might take some time, but I do feel like a lot of you are dealing with a person who's coming around. They had really dug in their heels, they told you absolutely no, and now they're coming around. The next card that's coming up here for the Gemini collective is the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords can be anxiety, fear, worry, We might be worrying about all the things that could possibly go wrong. This happens as we're coming into big changes, big shifts, big transitions. We might be worried or concerned about how other people are looking at us. Now, I do have to say this, Gemini. The Nine of Swords can be someone who is suffering from insomnia, not sleeping well. It could also be someone who is in altered medical state. Okay, it could be someone who is dealing with bouts of deliriousness. Maybe these are chemically influenced by use of substances. And so there could be here where somebody is having to work on regulating and balancing their emotions and um, not engaging in certain substances. This could be your partner, this could be you. This could also be a reminder here with the Nine of Swords that you might be feeling emotional and having a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety about the relationship because you're not getting enough sleep. Like you're worried about what might go wrong, or you're worried about the relationship and it's keeping you up at night, and you're not getting enough sleep, and being tired is making you really emotional and messing with the hormones, and now we're all emotional and we can't think clearly and we don't make good decisions, and it's this big mess. So I feel the Nine of Swords comes up to say, when we're worried about the future, it's a good idea to ask ourselves, how much of it is under my control? What are the things I have control over? What can I do? What are some safety nets I can put out there? A plan B, a plan C. Everything else we surrender and we take to God, and we just say, God, these are the things I'm scared might happen. And here's what I'm doing to keep it from happening. But if for some reason it must happen, please, please, please help me get through it as quickly and as painlessly as possible. If there's anything I can do to keep it from happening that I've missed, that I'm not seeing, help me to see it, guide me through it. And we just surrender it, right? We just say, I'm doing the best I can, and we're surrendering the outcome to God. We're surrendering the outcome to the universe. We can't control everything. And so some of you maybe are really wanting to help your partner and speed up their process, but we can't speed up somebody else's process. We also can't rescue anybody from their karma, right? Your person may be processing karma, and it can be difficult to stand by and see them dealing with that. But we can pray for them. We can hold space for them. We can give them encouragement. I think some of you are scared that, oh, this person's doing a good job, but what if they go backwards? I don't think they're going to go backwards with the Seven of Pentacles, because the Seven of Pentacles is pretty invested, right? Like this person is invested. They're doing the work. You're going to see results. It's not going to be an overnight process, but you will see results. The next card that's coming up here is the Two of Wands. And so this could be partnerships, establishing partnerships. So not only is this a relationship, but someone who's coming in as an equal partner. Like, we're going to work together. We're going to get through this together. We're going to make this happen together. There might even be talk of business or going into business together. Two of Wands also comes up for me when we need to look at the situation in terms of like expectation versus reality. So like defining the terms. If we're talking about taking it slow, what does that look like? How much time does one need to make a decision or to know what they need to know? If we're talking about moving in together or marriage, what does that look like? If we're talking about having a kid, what does that look like? Time frames, responsibilities. How are we going to raise this kid? What are the things we're going to instill in our child? How are we going to go about doing this? Making sure that we're working out the details so there isn't misunderstandings or miscommunications. Two of Wands sometimes comes up in love readings, and unfortunately it gets typecast or stereotyped as like somebody cheating or somebody having multiple partners. Having the Two of Wands next to the Nine of Swords makes me feel like some of you are really worried about this. You might be in a relationship, but there's a lot of fear about cheating. There's a lot of fear that, what if my partner's cheating? And maybe it's been a pattern for you. Maybe it's been a pattern for you where in the past your partners have been unfaithful. And so obviously if it's happened to you so many times before, yeah, of course you're going to be like, "Oh gosh, I hope it doesn't happen again." But there might be a fear here around somebody being unfaithful. If that's the case, I would say that the High Priestess makes me feel this person feels like they're very drawn to you, they're very pulled to you, they're very connected to you, they feel a soulmate connection with you. And Seven of Pentacles makes me feel they are invested. They're invested, they're doing their work, they're working on themselves, they're working on the relationship. You may still have some fear or insecurities that are coming up, and that's understandable, but these are things that maybe proper sleep, proper rest, prayer, meditation, communication can help you work through and get through, right? So I feel here, Gemini, that there's an issue here. Like you're manifesting a partner who's committed to making this work, but there's fears here around trust. There's trust issues coming up or being triggered. And so I feel here like Seven of Pentacles is telling us that if we work on this together with this person, we'll have a positive outcome. Because I feel this is someone who is looking to earn your trust and earn your respect. And that's good news. You may want to check out your other placements. Sometimes your other placements might resonate more depending on what this placement is for you. Maybe your other placements might resonate more. If you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, I do have a link in the description that will take you to my scheduling page. And I am having a sale for a limited time. At least I was having a sale when this was posted. I'm not sure when you're going to see the video. But typically, my 60-minute video readings are $150. I'm doing them for $111. And my 30-minute video readings are typically $65. But I'm doing them for $44. Now, I do have other readings that are less expensive, just at the regular price. But I am having a sale on the 60-minute and 30-minute video readings. If you want to check out and see the different readings I offer and schedule, you can click on the link that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. I hope you guys will check out the weekly forecasts that are also linked in the description. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I hope that you'll come back and check out the card of the day, the daily messages and the weekly messages. Take care and be well, my darlings.